Hi guys, Carla Morrow here with another episode of Tea Time with Dragons. This is episode 3. Today's episode I'm drinking a raspberry peach Tulsi tea. Tulsi tea is really cool. It's made with holy basil. It's this miracle, amazing, awesome plant. It's supposed to help with, let me pull up my little thing here. It's supposed to help with respiratory issues, cardiovascular issues, so it lowers your cholesterol, things like that. It's supposed to help with fevers, stress. I was drinking a cup in the morning and a cup at night when I have really high anxiety, and it does seem to take the edge off. Whether it's a placebo effect or not, I don't know, but I'm going to take whatever I can get when I'm in that state. So it's supposed to help dental, skin and hair, get rid of headaches, supposed to help you lose weight, digestive issues, kidney stones, diabetes, cancer, smoking, nervous system, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link for this tea for the information in the bottom because it has so many different health benefits. And if you guys are interested, please look into it. Like I said, it seemed to help my anxiety and take the edge off of it, which makes a big difference. I'm not on any anti-anxiety medications or antidepressant or anything like that right now. So anything that can take the edge off when I'm really in panic anxiety mode is a bonus for me, and I enjoy it. The raspberry peach flavor is a little more mellow. The straight Tulsi tea is a very earthy flavor. I do like the raspberry peach, but again, as we are slowly discovering, I do love my fruity teas. So I will leave that information below in the links, and you guys check it out. Let me know if you've had it and if it's helped you with any of your issues that you might have. Now let's get into today's episode. Today we're discussing why dragons. It's one of my most asked questions as to why I paint dragons. I love dragons. I've always loved dragons. I love fantasy. I think I discussed earlier that, I was big into fantasy growing up. Last Unicorn's one of my favorite movies. It was probably about high school when I started to lean more towards dragons. I couldn't even really tell you why the shift happened. I just started liking them more and more. My boyfriend at the time was into dragons. He's now my husband. We're both into dragons. They're all over our house. Our wedding theme was actually dragons, which was very cool. If I can find those photos, maybe I will post them someday. I did dragon centerpieces. They were on my lapels. The whole 9 yards. It's pretty awesome. Dragons have almost a spiritual, a very deep-seated meaning for me. They're one of the few creatures that's absolutely universal. Every culture in the world has dragons in their myths and legends, and that's just mind-blowing to me. That's so awesome. There's something about them that speaks to us on a subconscious level. I'm going to get real deep and real spiritual here. I do believe that there is a collective subconscious that we all share. Whether or not we can all tap into that willy-nilly or whenever we want, I do not know, but I do believe that a lot of our ideas are universal and are very deep-seated, and dragons are one of those things that just connect everybody. No matter what part of the world or what culture you belong in and go with, they're there, and we're still creating these stories and myths and legends today. I mean, Harry Potter has dragons. Aragon, minus the movie, we won't discuss the movie. The Pern book series. There's a deep-seated emotional connection that people have with dragons, and I love creating dragons that people have a visceral emotional reaction to. That is very cool. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. People seem to have a really amazingly positive reaction to the artwork that I'm creating, and that's something that I would like to, continue doing and continue growing. And that's kind of why I'm focusing a lot on card decks that are emotionally set. The butterfly dragons I'm working on now, which you can watch the process on my Patreon. I'm also sharing the occasional picture on my other social medias, are very much an empowering experience, and the deck that I just finished for Hay House Publishing is also a very empowering experience for people. Daily draw, I want to make people feel good with my dragons because, again, they're universal. They're symbols that everybody can connect with on whatever level. I mean, different cultures had different meanings for them, and some of them liked them. You have the Oriental dragons that people were benevolent and fun and things like that. And then you have the more Europeans that believe that they were evil and things like that. But they're still there. They're still always there. And those of you that have been following me for a little while do notice that I don't paint big, scary, evil roar dragons. All of my dragons are very, very peaceful and serene, and again, hopefully invoke that emotional response. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I have had people come into my booth and cry over my artwork, which is just like so humbling. And I've had women I had a woman come into my booth several years ago who was mystified. She was looking around and she was like, you know, I was raised that dragons were bad, that it was the sign of the devil, and I just don't see that in your work. She couldn't get over the fact that they weren't scaring her on a very, very deep emotional level, and this pleases me. I just think it's humbling, and I firmly believe that this is something that I was put on this earth to do, which again starts getting into the corny ideas. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to bring dragons into the light. I don't think that powerful of a thing is on my shoulders or anything, but I do want to continue making artwork that speaks to people on that emotional, deeper level. Dragons and dinosaurs are things that kids remember always. You know, they can remember liking them and being into them. Again, fantasy touches us on a deep emotional level, and it's been popular. It goes through, waves, where it becomes more popular and less popular. And of course, with geek culture being so prevalent, it's hugely, hugely popular right now. And dragons are a big part of that. Again, there's that common thread that runs through us all, and dragons are part of that common thread. They can be manipulated and put into, well, you can never manipulate a dragon, but they can be put in several situations. I have done them as, gods and goddesses. I've done them as spiritual guides. I've drawn them as spirits of the forest. I've drawn them as elementals. When I paint a dragon, I like to try to paint the energy involved, or that dragon embodies, more than the dragon itself, which is why there are a lot of the times physical manifestations of the spirit in the woods, or the spiritual guide, embodiments of animals, things like that. The new narwhal piece I get a kick out of, because a lot of people look at it, they go, oh my gosh, narwhals, and then a few minutes later they go, wait a minute, that's a dragon, and they don't even see the dragon, which is, I would like to do more of that. I think that's very interesting. So let me know how you guys feel about dragons, and if you like them. I mean, you're following me, you must get a kick out of them on some level, right? Let me know in the comments below. Definitely like and follow my videos if you like more of this stuff. Please check me out on Patreon. Because of you guys, I'm able to continue doing this kind of stuff, and I would like to continue doing it more. Like always, if you guys have any teas that you would like me to try, I would love to hear about it. And we will see you back with episode 4. I haven't decided what I'm going to talk about yet. I have a few ideas, but we're gonna learn together. So you guys have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.